This is not breaking news, but it is earth-shattering. Jeff Bezos recently stepped down as the chief executive of Amazon. The owner of the Washington Post, he is planning on transitioning to the role of executive chair this summer. So we've got a lot of things to watch and see how things are going to shake out. But I really want to look today at Jeff's parting words as he leaves this company that he built from zero to something. What did he leave behind as the words of the guiding light for the people who are coming behind him? My name is Catherine Aragon, and I am your host today on the Authority Journey podcast. Achieving your most audacious goals doesn't happen by accident. Explore the authority journey and what it takes to influence, lead, and succeed. Today we are looking at 4 success tips by Jeff Bezos. Here's what Jeff said as he announced his leaving from Amazon. Quote, "Keep inventing and don't despair when at first the idea looks crazy." This was in an email he wrote to employees. "Remember to wander. Let curiosity be your compass. It remains day one." This is such a great way. I mean, you're sitting in the company and an email comes from the C-suite and you're just thinking, okay, what next? And instead it's no, the guy who's been the guiding light of this company, the guy who made it what it is today, the guy who gave you your job, sends out an email saying, "I'm leaving." But these are the words he said. "Keep inventing and don't despair when at first the idea looks crazy. Remember to wander. Let curiosity be your compass. It remains day one." I love every word of that. And so I want us to dig in today and see what we can extract for ourselves to help us move forward. Because everyone at Amazon, they've got to figure out how to move forward. But every day we have to figure out how we can move forward just as much. For us to get in the car and make sure that our journey is smooth, that we're not falling into potholes, that we're not taking detours that take us nowhere. We need to be in control. And you know what? If anyone can show us the way, I think Jeff Bezos can. I love, love, love the first part of that. Don't despair when at first the idea looks crazy. Every great idea looks crazy. I've done this so many times. I come up with an idea and I think, has anyone else done this? And there's a piece of you that's like, I want an original idea. But there's another piece of you that's like, if it's never been done before, this looks weird. I kind of want validation that my idea isn't weird, which inevitably means I only go forward with ideas that are copycat ideas. How good is that? No. At first, your best ideas are going to look crazy, and it's up to you to believe in them. It's up to you to say, no, this has merit. We can do this. I believe in this. I can take this little online book company and build an e-commerce giant because I have the vision. You know what? Inevitably, I've been complaining all week. It just seems like more than once this week, I have been told, no, that idea is too big. And I just kind of start stomping around the house. How dare you tell me my idea is too big? Because I can see it. I see every step of this journey. And no, that doesn't mean I'm married to a bad idea. If the idea proves to be bad, I'll throw it out the window. I'm just as quick with that. But never tell me my idea is too big. My idea is impossible because look at Amazon. Somebody probably told Jeff along the way at least once that idea is crazy. But look at it. Wouldn't we all love to have a company that looks like that with our name on it? Now don't despair when at first your idea looks crazy. But do sit down and decide, do I believe in this enough to put in the work to make it something? Do I think it looks crazy? If I think it looks crazy, maybe I need to go back to the drawing board. But if I can see it, okay, it starts like this, and then if I do this, this might happen. And you know what? I can see it in full bloom. It's like a rosebud that's now in full bloom in my imagination. And if I do the right work, and if I put the legwork in, if I execute well, this can happen. Now that's exciting. Get excited about your crazy ideas. Just make sure you're willing to work on them, because an idea without legwork, it's just like a coloring book. What good is that? If you're willing to put in the work and actually, well, that's the difference between inventors and just people with ideas. I've run across so many people who's like, oh, that was my idea. Okay, so you had an idea, but that person had the idea and also put legs behind it. They actually did the work. Ideas are nothing. They're filaments. They're in one ear and out the other. Maybe you spoke it out loud, or maybe you didn't even speak the idea out loud. What's the idea worth? Nothing. You have to build something. An inventor actually goes out and gets hardware, does hammering in a shop, puts something together that then is tangible. People can see it, feel it, smell it. That's now valuable. It's something that you can trade, something you can sell. An idea is worthless unless you're willing to do the work to make it tangible, to make it real. So crazy ideas are okay. You just need to be working on them. I also like, he says, keep inventing, because what is he saying there? He's saying those crazy ideas, okay, maybe they've never been done before. You are actually an inventor, and your job really is to workshop it. Now, think about this. Think of Edison, for instance. The idea of the light bulb. The story goes there were 1,000 failed light bulbs before the one that worked. Well, that's what we're talking about here. Workshop it. Inventors take an idea, take it into the workshop, and they try. It fails. I've got to throw that out. Try again. Oh, darn, that one messed up in this other way. Throw that out. Now I've got to try again. Try 1,000 times if you believe in your idea. If that crazy idea is really good, if it's something you believe in, it's something you believe can really go to market and succeed, go ahead and put in the 1,000 attempts. See if you can make it happen. You've got to work like an inventor. So keep inventing and don't despair if your idea is crazy, because crazy ideas are kind of fun. Then what does he say? He says, remember to wander. Let curiosity be your compass. I really like this. We have a walking path behind my house, and one of my favorite things to do, especially after the rain, is to just go out and just like be out there with the green belt. There are trees and birds and weeds, and I'll stop every now and then and look at some plant I don't know and try to figure out what it is. When I was younger, I would actually get on my bike and ride to a big creek back behind. It was about, mile, 2 miles away from my house, and I would just spend the afternoon wading in the creek. It was in a kind of a deep, if there had been a big rain, that would not have been a good time to be there. But when I was down there, it was like nothing else existed. It was away from everything, and I was very curious. I could wander down that creek and just see where it was going. I could, see a rock that was pretty, or a fish I'd never seen before. And I always was exploring. I like hiking for the same reason. I can go places I've never been before, see things I've never seen before. I've run face to face into a herd of elk, I think it was, or some kind of a deer. That I surprised them, they surprised me, because I was wandering where I had never been before. And I saw something that most people don't see. That's what it is to be curious and wander. But you need to do it with your ideas too. Don't be afraid to explore those crazy ideas. Don't be afraid of thinking outside the box. Don't be afraid of going places where no one has gone before. So when you have that idea and you're looking for the safe bet, if nobody else has done this before, this might be too weird. Don't think like that. Be curious. If I were to go ahead and work on this idea, could I make it happen? It may feel like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, but you know what? That's a way of exploring. That's a way of wandering. That's a way of being curious. I want to see if this sticks. If it doesn't stick, sure, you can scrap it. You don't have to be married to your bad ideas, but you do need to explore them. You need to wander. You need to be curious. Can I do this? What if I try it this way? What if I paint the sky purple instead of blue? What would that happen? What would happen if I did that? These are the kind of things that we need to do, because that's where those crazy ideas come from. The crazy ideas that are super successful come from you thinking outside the box. And you will not find them if you aren't wandering where nobody else is wandering, if you aren't curious about the unusual things that you see or the unusual ideas you have. And then finally, Bezos says, always work like it's day one on the job. I always think about my first day on any job, and you're just a little bit nervous because you don't know anybody. Basically, this is your first step, right? You're exploring, you're wondering, what will my future look like here? How long will I be here? What are they going to ask me to do? And whatever they put in front of you, you're set on doing your best work, right? No disillusionment. You're not jaded in the least yet. You're just there to impress. You're just there to show them what you're made of. Every day should be that. Show people what you're made of. When growing up, people, I've gotten a lot of your ideas are too big. And people would be like, you can't do that. And my response is always, I'll show you. Not out loud. No one wants to hear that. But that's still my reaction. When somebody says, you're thinking too big, that's a crazy idea, my reaction is, oh yeah? I'll show you. And yes, sometimes I do have to scrap ideas, or maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe it's going to happen 5 years from now instead of 5 months from now. But you know what? Inevitably, if you set your mind to something, you can make it happen. Because if you set your mind on it, what you're saying is, I believe in this idea. I'm willing to explore it. I'm willing to put legs behind it. I'm willing to workshop it. I'm willing to throw out failures and keep trying. I'm willing to persevere. Overcomers and achievers are people who don't settle for other people's ideas. They don't settle for other people's judgment of your great idea. They don't settle for the hardships. They push through. They're willing to do whatever it takes, even going outside our comfort zone, to make an idea go to market. That's what we need to do. Always work like it's day one on the job. So what is it that you are doing that's a little bit crazy, that takes you a little outside of the norm? Those fringe areas, that's where the great things happen. Never be afraid to leave the mob herd and just be on the fringe. Because that's where crazy ideas happen. That's where crazy ideas become great ideas. They'll call it crazy on day one. You just have to believe in it. You just have to put the work in and make it happen. Show them. Show them what you're made of. I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? That's the question. Listen, this was just a fun episode because I loved this quote by Jeff Bezos. I think it's something we should kind of write down on a card and stick to the mirror where we'll see it every day. Keep inventing. Don't despair when at first the idea looks crazy. Remember to wander. Let your curiosity be your compass. It remains day one. I love that. I hope you do too. And if you do, I want you to subscribe to the Authority Journey podcast and share it with your friends. Let other people know that we talk about success and crazy things here. And I will always encourage you to do that crazy thing, the unique thing that will get you further along your journey. I hope you'll encourage other people as well and not be one of those people who rains on other people's parades. Let's not be that person. You can follow me more on KatherineAragon.com. I'll look for you there. And in the meantime, stay awesome.